So you have bought an eSIM for China, land it, turn it on, and your phone says 5G, but your internet behaves like it's running on a candle. Or worse, no signal at all. If this sounds familiar or scary, don't worry. Most China eSIM problems come down to a few predictable mistakes. In this video, I will show you the 7 common eSIM mistakes in China and how to avoid them, so you don't spend your first hours in China arguing with your phone. Alright explorers, time to projecting. Before we begin, if you are new to eSIM and you have no idea which eSIM works best for your upcoming China trip, please check out my video Best eSIM for China, as it covers all of the basics of eSIM selections for China in 2026. And consider subscribe to this channel as I help you to travel to China with fewer frictions. Quick disclaimer, eSIMs are amazing, but China connectivity has extra traps, firewall routing, roaming togglers, SIM settings, and hotspot limitation. Once you know all these rules, it's easy peasy, and you will be able to surf the internet like you were home. Mistake number 1, install the eSIM too early. This is a silent killer that many people overlook. Many eSIM plans start counting from activation, which means the moment you turn on your eSIM and it becomes active, the clock starts ticking. So if you activate it at home a week earlier, congratulations, you just pay for your China data while sitting on your sofa. Now, here's where many people mix things up. Installations versus activations. Installation is simply adding the eSIM to your phone, like loading the SIM profile. Activation, on the other hand, is when your plan actually starts, when you turn it on and it connected to the supported network. Let's take Alaro as an example. If the package says 7 days, it counts from the activation time, not from the moment you land in China. So the key is install it ahead of time if you want, but don't activate it too early. Best timing for activation, it would be right before your flight or when you are on the way, or even when you are landing, depending on the plan and your comfort level. Mistake number 2, deleting the eSIM. Another common mistake that people make after purchasing an eSIM is they delete it, either by mistake or because they think it's done. Please note, many eSIMs can only be installed one time. If you delete it and thinking, I will reinstall it later, this option may not exist. And here's the part that most people don't realize. If you finish your plan, let's say you bought a 3-day eSIM and you want to extend it for another 7 days, you actually don't need to delete anything. You can simply top up to the existing eSIM or buy an extension from the same provider. So remember, if you want more data or more days, just top up. Don't delete the eSIM, because you may never be able to reinstall it back. Number 3, forgetting to turn on the roaming for the eSIM line. After you set up your eSIM and you realize it's not working, the first thing to check is, did you forget to turn on the data roaming? This one is hilarious because it feels wrong. You want me to turn on the roaming? Isn't that expensive? Well, not in this case. You're roaming within your eSIM network, not on your home SIM card. So yes, check on the settings and toggle on the data roaming for the eSIM line. Mistake number 4, wrong line selected for the mobile data, especially if you have a dual SIM card phone. While you are having your home SIM and the mobile data, sometimes your phone may still be using your home SIM card to use the data while your eSIM sits there unemployed. So make sure that your data is actually working on your eSIM, not your home SIM card. To do this, double check on your mobile data. Make sure your eSIM is selected for the mobile data. This way you can keep your eSIM for the mobile data while you can have your home SIM card for the calls and SMS in the meantime. For your home SIM card, keep data roaming off so you don't get a surprise bill. That way, you get the best combination. You have your eSIM for data roaming and your normal phone line still working for your SMS and calls. Mistake number 5, expecting a Chinese number that comes with your eSIM plan. Most China travel eSIM are data only. meaning that there is no Chinese number attached to the eSIM, and no SMS verification codes will be received by that eSIM line. And that's where people get stuck. Hotel Wi-Fi portals, deliveries, bank logins, suddenly everything asks for a code. And you are like, wait, where's the SMS going? So the fix is simple. Keep your home SIM card activated for SMS purpose, or get a local Chinese SIM card if you truly need a Chinese number. But that's the important note. If you buy a Chinese local SIM card and you would like to use Chinese SIM to do the data roaming, since Chinese physical SIM cards are using Chinese network and are restricted to access to sites such as YouTube or Google, it may not help you to bypass the Great Firewall. Mistake number 6. Assuming all the eSIM can bypass the Great Firewall. We just mentioned that there is a Great Firewall in China that blocks all the daily used apps that you use back home, such as Google, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And having an eSIM is the easiest way to bypass the Great Firewall. However, not all the eSIM does the work. So you got to make sure that your eSIM's provider is located outside of China. If you are still struggling finding the eSIM that can do the work, check out my previous video on best eSIM for China in 2026. As all these eSIM are located outside of the mainland China and can bypass the Great Firewall. If you want extra insurance, make sure you have a VPN ready for your phone. Check out my VPN video too, as it helps you to navigate this side of the setup. Mistake number 7 is the hotspot assumptions. This one hits travelers who work on laptops. Some eSIM plans limit hotspot or throttle sharing. So you might think, I have unlimited data, I am safe. Then you turn on your hotspot and your laptop gets something like 500 megabytes per day. And after that, it crawls. Now imagine you are trying to upload a file, open Google Docs, or jump on a Zoom call. Your internet is moving like a panda going uphill. The fix is simple. Check hotspot rules before you buy the eSIM plan. If you are planning to work on a laptop, make sure the eSIM clearly says the hotspot sharing, not just unlimited data. Let's have a quick recap. If your eSIM doesn't work, it's usually one of these issues. Do a self-check on activation timing of the eSIM, any deletion on the eSIM, turn on the mobile roaming option, make sure you select the right line for the mobile data, and check the hotspot limits if there's any. If you find this video helpful, you can also download my free China pre-trip guide, link in the description box down below. Project out for today. I will see you in the next one.